camera caught one of his acquaintances being apprehended by what it seems like an officer who may have been a football player, judging by that tackle. Thankfully, there were no injuries. This is a great example as to why one should never try and evade arrest. This clip is a great example as to why one must always stay alert behind the wheel. The driver behind the camera wasn't alert and rammed into the camera so hard that another car was pushed forwards towards the tree. Miraculously, there were no serious injuries, and insurance is still sorting this out. The Impala driver backing up failed to notice the yellow pole while adjusting her parking, resulting in her tail light being busted and the fender being pushed in. At the Walmart parking lot, unfortunately, she did not save money and live better.
Listeners can go to ziprecruiter.com/Levin. That's ziprecruiter.com/LEVIN. ZipRecruiter.com/Levin. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Ooh. WMALFM, Woodbridge, Washington. Now, more than ever, depend on...
The driver failed to notice the stopped car ahead, resulting in this rear-end collision. Thankfully, there were no injuries. The camera stopped and provided footage. The Hyundai driver failed to stop at the stop sign, ramming into the white truck. Instead of doing the right thing and stopping, the Hyundai driver earned himself some hit and run charges by booking it.
Are you cheating on Max?
No.
Thank you for coming back in, Max. We just finished the test with Shantae. Keeping it real, I had to read the questions a couple times. These are yes or no's, and she was kind of like, no, and kind of stumbling a little bit. Nervous, and that's cool. That's normal. It's normal. So is there anything that before we do the test, is there anything that you want to say?
The other driver cuts off the camera and brake checks, nearly causing an accident. The camera tries to get away, but the driver boxes the camera in. The camera gets even by overtaking on the other lane and leaving. Do you agree with this vigilante justice? Let me know what you think down below.
Huh?
What you guys doing?
We're shooting a video.
A video?
Yeah.
Can I be in?
Come on. That's what I'll push. Your girlfriend, she's the kid, but I tell her good luck. I got the stacks. I gotta talk on that.
THATBOINEJO was filming a music video when they were interrupted by this person who at first seems that they wanted to make a problem. Instead, she asks if she can be part of the video, making this road rage one of my favorite ever. I wish all road rage ended like this. The song is pretty fire too. I'll link it down below. The other driver blindly proceeded, causing the camera to ram into them. The other driver did admit fault. The damages came out to about $12,000. Thankfully, and most importantly, there were no injuries reported.
What happened?
He blew a red light.
The driver failed to notice the red light as he made no effort to stop whatsoever, causing the incident with the driver on the right who had the green light. The other driver blindly merged into the camera's lane, sideswiping his vehicle. He then tried to blame the camera. Thanks to dashcam footage, the other driver was at total fault and had to pay about $1,800 in damages. The pedestrian argues with his significant other and decides to storm off into the middle of the street in front of oncoming traffic, nearly getting creamed. Clearly, no argument is worth nearly dying over. The SUV driver failed to look while reversing, backing into the camera. He called the police and said that the camera was backing up and sideswiped him. Thanks to dashcam footage, insurance paid out the very next week.
This is the sound of vitamin water droplets. Regular water.
Whoa!
Vitamin water.
Since the camera was alert, he predicted that the other driver would cross, causing him to slow down just in time, preventing a collision.
That's nice, man.
A failure to yield plus running a really late yellow resulted in this near off-camera accident. It's unusual because both drivers left the scene after the crash. What do you think about it? The oblivious driver who was yielding failed to properly yield to the camera and pulled out right as the camera was approaching. Had that driver waited a few more seconds, this could have been avoided.
Really good mix of music. Yeah, everybody wants to slide. Sunny 93.3.
If you look close enough to the turn lane, you'll notice that there's a car turning without their headlights on. The karma cop behind them noticed this and dished up some instant justice. Three days later, after clip number 17, at the same intersection, yet another car was driving without their headlights and was nabbed by the karma cop. Clearly, having headlights off can be very dangerous. The Santa Fe driver had a left arrow, whereas the Volvo turned right while they had a red, colliding with the Santa Fe. The Volvo driver was at total fault and the damages came out to about $3,100.